before we jump into the nuts and bolts of Zoe's Clubhouse Live, which I'm going to share my screen here. There we go. Zoe's Clubhouse Live. I want to give you a little bit of history on Zoe. Who is Zoe? Well, Zoe is me. Well, actually, Zoe was a golden retriever whose name I stole, and I like that name better than mine, so I just kept Zoe. And here at the JCA Jacksonville, we have a full-fledged theater department, and one piece of our theater department is the Magic Wardrobe Theater Educational Series. Each year, over 20,000 children come to our JCA auditorium and watch professional actors perform educational plays. The character in Magic Wardrobe that I play is named Zoe. And Zoe has a little brother, Riley, and has a bunch of friends, kind of like the Peanuts gang. And within a couple of years of debuting Magic Wardrobe, all the children in our community came to know me as Zoe, and especially the children here at our Ganyala-Dean preschool. And they did not care at all who Shelly Hughes was. And they wanted to hang out with Zoe. So we decided to use that, and we branded Zoe. So that's our Magic Wardrobe gang right there. And we branded Zoe, and in branding it, Zoe taught the ECE theater classes. And when the J had events like a back to school brunch or our open houses, Zoe would be there, not me. And that's how Zoe's Clubhouse was born. Pre-pandemic, Zoe's Clubhouse was advertised as an interactive, imaginative play adventure sketch class. We would begin each class with a story or a special assignment, and then we would create a costume piece or a prop piece or something that we would use in the adventure. And finally, we would embark on a creative adventure using our JCA and all of its resources as our stage. When we have some of our expeditions where we took an expedition to Mount Everest and we saw a Yeti, we spent a night at the museum and all the paintings came to life. We've gone diving in our pool and found the lost city of Atlantis. And we've even gone into outer space. The Clubhouse gang always has a prop or a souvenir from each adventure to take home with them, and so they can recreate the adventure with their family and tell them all about it. We have a well-oiled machine with Zoe's Clubhouse. We had it all figured out. And then March 2020 came along and said, hold my beer. So when our community was ordered to shelter in place, we knew we had to do something to stay connected to the community. We looked at all the programs we offered in our theater department, and we decided to turn Zoe's Clubhouse into a live stream show. The JCA was closed, as were most public venues, so we decided to film our adventures in outdoor locations. We went to local parks, dog parks, family members, farms, and nature preserves. We decided to use our smartphone to live stream the episodes and to come up with fun do-it-yourself art projects for each episode. We also piggybacked on current local trends. For example, in one episode, all the colors of the rainbow fell off the rainbow, and it was up to Zoe, Riley, and the Clubhouse gang at home to find the colors and return them to the rainbow. At the end of the episode, all our viewers had made their own rainbow, and we asked them to tape them on their doors or a window and post a picture and hashtag it 904 Rainbow Hunt, which was trending locally at the time. So we became a part of that. Why did we do it? Well, we did it where we here at the JCA are in the business of relationship building, and we wanted to be visible to the children. We wanted to let them know that during this time that has been unprecedented for all of us, that we were still here for them and we were still available to them, and we wanted to be able to interact with them. During this unprecedented time, we wanted to provide some sort of normalcy for the kids by ensuring that things would be getting better. We also knew it was important to entertain the kids and keep them engaged so their parents, who were now working from home and being homeschool teachers, would have a few precious moments to decompress. And honestly, we just had a long-term business plan in mind as well. We met new families during our live stream who hopefully will become future members. And we wanted to show our current members that there was still value in their memberships. And it was important to keep interest alive. So when in-person classes resumed, we would have a full roster. And of course, we always love to take every opportunity we have to show our community what a great JCA we have and what high quality programming we offer. So what did it take to make this happen? Well, our initial vision was to create an old school children's program in the style of Captain Kangaroo or Barney or Steve and Blue's Clues over there, and make that work. We wanted to offer it on Facebook Live and then put it on our YouTube channel. So we chose Facebook because it gave us an amazing promotional opportunity in our theater department Facebook page that people would share and reshare. We promoted our upcoming episodes and even gave 30-minute countdowns each day until the episode began. We were able to post everything we needed for the daily art projects so our viewers could be well prepared. We 100% capitalized on the ability to give shout outs during the production as people joined the stream and gave us a wave or posted a question. And hearing their names on the show or having us answer a question for them during the show was pure magic in their eyes. So why the outdoor locations? Well, as I mentioned, mostly everything was closed down. And we wanted physical distancing to show the kids that we were following the rules too. My co-host Riley in the World of Magic wardrobe is Zoe's little brother. So we were still following the shelter at place with your family. It was important to be solid role models for the kids. Also, the themes for our adventures were endless. All you need is a wooded area and a big imagination, and you can go virtually anywhere. All that was left was getting the word out. With people being stuck at home, social media at their fingertips, we started posting. We acknowledged and liked or loved every comment we got. People shared our posts, and then we were off and running. Now, with every great program comes great challenges. We like to think of those as opportunities here at our JCA. And believe me, it was not all glitter and unicorns here. First and foremost, we did not want to be irresponsible during the pandemic. So our crew consisted of me and then Riley, my co-host, and my assistant Katie, who filmed everything for us. She also needed to keep up with the live comments that were streaming in and get the information to us while we were filming so we could give real-time shout outs. We needed to come up with do-it-yourself art projects that were made from materials that were already in the kids' homes because no one was going to the stores. So we really needed to be creative. And sometimes our creativity was running low. The weather in Florida in the middle of March and April is always very iffy. It can be 85 and sunny one day, 65 and pouring down rain the next, and the very next day a brisk 40 degrees. We always tried to find an outdoor location that we had some shelter just in case we needed it. With crazy weather, the Wi-Fi can also get wonky. We had a couple of episodes on extremely blustery days, and we had several commercial breaks due to wonky Wi-Fi. By mid-April, all local and state and federal parks and preserves were closed down. And that's when we really had to get creative. With big backyards or privately owned spaces, we used our own social capital, meaning people that we knew, and asked them if we could film on their property. Another challenge, once our popularity caught on, social media became a beast all of its own. It was very difficult to keep up with every single person making comments and everyone asking questions, but that was key to us. We did it. If you made a comment, you heard from us. And we kept up with it all. Despite all the challenges, we ended up with an extremely successful program. Our live stream episodes regularly had over 1,000 views, and we had children joining us from not only our area, but all over the state of Florida and many other states as well. People would leave comments and continually ask for more programming. When we returned to our in-person classes, all of our theater classes were sold out and still are currently sold out. And people, especially our out-of-state and non-local viewers, are constantly sending us messages and requesting that we start weekly live stream programming again, even though we're back into in-person questions. So I know I talk fast. I'm sorry, guys, I'm from New York. And that's all of it in a nutshell. I know that a lot of JCCs do not have a full theater program like we have here, but this is very adaptable to a youth services program or a teen program or something like that. So now I would like to open it up to questions that that you all might have. So I'm going to take that down and see if anybody just has any questions, and we'll start a chat.
Feel free to put questions in the chat or just unmute yourselves and chime in. Lidl, from what ages were you aiming?
We Zoe's Clubhouse here, when it's live here at the JCA, it's for the early childhood department. We have children who are almost 3. I mean, they're 2, but they're in their late 2s, up to 5 or 6 years old. While we were live streaming, we had kids as old as 7 and 8 in the program. Does anybody else have any questions or comments? Or I'd love to hear what you guys do at your JCCs for theater, because again, I think it's been my experience that not a lot of them have a whole theater department. And so I'm always interested to see, but you do theater plays.
Where can we watch old episodes?
You can if you go to JCA Theater Department on Facebook, and then just scroll down, we have our first few still on there from the beginning of March of 2020, just to make sure.
Shelly, I have a question.
Yes.
As a videographer, I'm just wondering how you managed to get all of this content out while still keeping costs down, because costs have been such a challenging thing during the pandemic.
It has, and again, we used our smartphone. So right there, that's a huge thing, because we're not having to go in and edit, and we filmed it live. And so if we made a mistake, we just made a mistake. And we went in, and then we were just stuck using, because again, the JCA was closed. We had to be really creative and use what we had either in our homes. For the rainbow one, I just got different colors of paper and a big white piece of paper and hid the colored paper around the little forest that we were walking through. That was at my dog park that we did that one. And people, nobody rented us a space, they gave it to us. People were very, so it did not cost a lot at all.
And just a follow-up question to that, I've, over the past few months, been interviewing a lot of JCC professionals from all over North America, and they talk about like COVID keepers, stuff that we started doing during COVID that we intend to do when things resume to be a little bit more normal. Would you say this is a COVID keeper? And if so, where does it fit into your current slate of programming?
I think it could be, where it would fit in is, a couple of seasons ago, we had what we call the J Playhouse on Sundays, and it was children's programming on Sunday mornings that, again, the, adult actors, we put on a show in person, and families would come, and that was not really cost effective. And so we filmed out of that, or stop that, but we may put this one back, because again, this one is just such a gem, because people from out of state can watch it. And and that's where we that was just really delightful to have different kids, and they would meet each other on the chat afterwards and things, and that are in different states. And so I think it would definitely be a keeper, and just because so many people have asked us to keep it up.
It's great. Anybody else?
Oh, I thank you so much. It's a ton of fun, and like I said, if you have in a youth services type setting, get a counselor to be the character. And I mean, they could even use their real name. We just were characters on stage, and we had everyone had their dog's name is how we got these names. We just thought that they're fun, playful names. And so, we're Zoe's and Jake's and things like that. And that's how we kept those names, but somebody could use their real name, and you just get somebody that's been around and has a connection with the kids. Yes, the rainbow is so much fun, and we just hide the pieces. And when we do it here in person, I will say that we did that one here in person a couple weeks ago, and I have 20 kids in my Zoe's Clubhouse in person, and so I cut out 20 colors of the rainbow and hit them all over, and they each had to find all the different colors, and then we came back inside at a table and we made our rainbows together. So yeah, it's a fun scavenger hunt, and it's great.
Anybody like to share any theater games or performing arts, anything like that they've been able to accomplish at their J during the pandemic?
I'd be interested. I know that a bunch of you have non-video participants, because I see that up here. Is anybody that's here have a full theater department at their JCA or JCC? I'm always looking to connect with folks that do, but most of the time I find it's through the youth services department, and they just do a play or something.
The Palo Alto used to have one, but we closed it during pandemic.
Oh, during the pandemic. Oh,
yeah. It was a school of arts, and it offered classes of drama, shows, a lot of things, and it's closed. People were furloughed. Yeah.
Yeah. How large is Palo Alto school system around you all? Do you have a lot of local schools?
Yes, there's a lot of local schools. There's a lot of programming also within the JCC. There's a preschool, there's a youth activities, there's after school activities. And this was part of the solution of keeping the youth engaged. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say that we're real lucky here in Duval County is huge. And so we have over 100 elementary schools in Duval County, and then another 50 in St. Johns County, which is just neighboring. And then we also have Clay County and Nassau. So I've got a pool of them, but something that, you might want to entertain is like our Magic Wardrobe Theater, have a troupe of actors and have schools come into your JCC for field trips during the day, because that, for us, that's a huge budgetary thing. I mean, the field trips alone bring in close to $100,000 for our theater department each year. And that makes it a whole lot easier to do the things of passion,
Thanks. Great idea.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you.
Shelly, what's been your most favorite experience during this entire pandemic and, broadening Zoe's range and everything? What for you personally has been the most impactful?
I think seeing the kids so engaged, and they'd post pictures and they post comments to me, and their parents would post things. I mean, when Nicole Brown, for example, she sent me a text one time and said those shout outs are life every day to them, that just always inspired us, because believe me, that was a challenge getting, I mean, Katie walking around with the thing and then somebody's name come up and she's mouthing to me like Emmett and Grayson, and I'm trying to read her lips to say, hey, Emmett and Grayson, do you see the green thing? And that was such a challenge, but it was so worth everything we went through. When I heard that those were the things that they were waiting for, and they did. I mean, people asked for more programming. We did everything we could, but they would have had it if we could have put on more episodes.
Excellent. We watched some of the replays. We couldn't always catch it live, but Xander always enjoyed them.
Yeah, we had, and that's what I love too, that then when they move it to our YouTube channel or something, I mean, most people would watch it live, but then people could catch it either on our Facebook page or there were several outlets to catch it on.
Right. And I think that way you cover all the bases for the people that are able to watch it at the time, but not miss out because they have the option later. I think that was a great idea.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Thank you. And guys, if anybody has it, again, like I said, I know that, the non-video participants and things, if you're welcome to email me at any time. I mean, of course, we're on the JCC web site, but it's just shelly.hughes@jcajax.org. And I'm happy to, share any information or, brainstorm together with people to see what all of us can be doing. And, but if you think of anything, don't hesitate to send out an email.
All right.
All right. If that's all, like I said, thank you for joining in, and I look forward to hearing from any of you, and just hope all the JCCs and everybody, are doing terrific things, and get back to where we were. And thank you, Ben, for everything that you've done facilitating this.
It's great to spend time with you today, Shelly.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, for anybody remaining, a second set of JCC Excellence showcases, totally different from those you've just seen, follows this session. Check out the full list on SpotMe. And at 5:15, we will be meeting in J Cafe, our virtual coffee lounge. All right. I guess that's about it for me. Shelly, thank you so much for everything today and presenting.